as my cousin in Baltimore would say, listen, you have been following me, most of you, for a good little while, and I appreciate y'all, appreciate it. And if you're new here, I'm Clarissa E, aka Clarisma Jones, out here in these internet streets. But listen, I'm a writer, I'm a blogger, I'm a video creator, a social media manager. I would not have considered myself a creative person a couple of years ago. However, I have learned that now, apparently I'm a creative and I'm embracing it with everything that is within me. So how this started was several years ago, in 2011 when I graduated from college. I was unemployed for a bit and I had all these ideas, right? And so I would make all these plans. So I would pull out my laptop, start typing up things that I wanted to do in terms of goals for volunteering, career goals, etc. And then I knew that I needed to have a plan in place, like a week by week, month by month plan, a call list of people that I needed to reach out to and talk to help execute my plans. And so that's how a lot of this got started. And how I learned how to do all this good planning was when I was in college, I was trying to balance my coursework with being a student leader in a campus ministry called Impact. Shouts out to the Impact movement. If you know, then you know. And so in terms of trying to make sure that I stayed on top of my coursework and was as good and filled up from spending time with the Lord and also serving his people, I had to have a lot of plans and make sure that I used a calendar like very, very regularly. And so back in 2011, after I graduated, I'm making all these goals and plans and trying to execute those. And that's when I actually started blogging because one, I was like, ooh, I heard that people can make money from this and I ain't got no job. But two, I had a lot of ideas because for me, I found that idle time breeds creativity. So I had a couple of cousins who also started blogging around the same time. So we was out here in these streets having a good time. Just, sharing notes and ideas, trying to figure out how to get our blog posts out to more people, how to make it more relatable and fun. So that's how I started blogging. And then my work as a community organizer and also with volunteering with various nonprofits here in the area, I also saw how other people would do their planning. So that really helped me to make sure that I was on top of things and making sure that the team of people that I'm working with or volunteering with are all on the same page. So let's move to the sofa and I'll talk a little bit more. Hey, so a lot of my writing actually I do from my bedroom. While I'm in the bed, I'll have my laptop out and I'll write down some ideas of things or I'll type out blog posts and various things. And I get a lot of my best ideas late at night. I'd be like, Lord, I'm supposed to be asleep out here in these streets. But he is my ultimate source of joy, laughter, peace, all those things. And so I keep a notepad and my phone by my bed so that late at night when those ideas come, I can jot those down and your girl won't be forgetting out here in these streets. But another thing that I found is that I get a lot of inspiration from reading other people's books. And how I got back into reading on a regular basis. I say that because I often read multiple books at a time. That's why you see these three man. But how I got back into reading was in 2020, I actually set a goal during the pandemic of reading more. I was like, I got all this time. Let me read some stuff. And some people had been recommending some autobiographies and memoirs to me anyway. So I was like, okay, I'll start reading those. And then in 2021, one of my really good friends challenged me to read more. He was like, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, I sent him my list. I said, I sent you my list. And he was like, what about books? I was like, books weren't on the list. And so he got me 2 autobiographies that he thought I would really like. Of course, I love them. And so I was reading those. And that made me think, oh yeah, let me just get back into the habit of reading more in terms of reading people's autobiographies, biographies, and memoirs, because I found that it helps me in my creative process. So a couple of books that I'm reading right now, and I know these are coming through backwards because of the way that I have the camera, but you might have seen a blog post that I did about these, but An Indian Among Los Indígenas by Ursula Pike. Really cool story about a young woman who is a Native American and serving the Peace Corps in Bolivia with other indigenous people. and like all the stuff that was going through her mind as like an indigenous person working with other indigenous people, but coming from the US and all the colonization that we be doing, all types of stuff. Pray for the United States. Also, another book written by Jose Antonio Vargas. I'm not exactly sure if he pronounces it like Latinos do because he's actually Filipino. But did y'all know about the history around like Spain and the Philippines? I didn't know, so I've been learning a lot from reading this book. But the title of the book is Dear America, Notes of an Undocumented Citizen. So another memoir, and then the last memoir that I'm reading, I'm really, really enjoying. I just started this one recently. One of my good friends was telling me about it because she heard the author speak, and she was like, I gotta tell you about this book. And I was hooked from her summary. It's called Saving My Assassin by Virginia Prodan. And it's a memoir about this lady who was an attorney in Romania and faced all types of persecution as a believer and was representing other believers. I'm about, let's see, I'm almost done. I think I have like less than 100 pages left, and y'all, it is juicy. So reading all of these types of stories helps me with like thinking through how I'm gonna plan my own content and how I'm gonna deliver a story. So it helps me to frame things really, really well. But let me get back to the comedy show because I know y'all played the cup, so I appreciate it, okay? All right, y'all. So you'll see that books are like all over my life. Look at this. Some books that I have collected. They're good coffee table editions. But a lot of my planning for different promo materials and things that I'll do on Canva. So you guys see, I'm sure you've seen this if you are interested in the show or have signed up. So Canva is a really good free tool that you can use online for creating graphics and different things that you might want to do. Like I know people have been using it for e-courses and PowerPoint slides and stuff too. But what I did for the comedy show timeline was I actually am using a template from Microsoft Word, because Microsoft Word be having all types of templates out here in these streets. So you'll see some of the goals and the week by week view that I want to use with the team of volunteers. Shouts out to the team. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate y'all. May the Lord pour back 100-fold. But I wanted to give you a quick glimpse into the behind the scenes because I'm not out here just trying to be funny, because y'all know I have said many, many times, I don't think that I'm a comedian. So my number one goal with this show is to point people to Jesus. Otherwise, what are we even doing? The other thing is that I want to share stories that draw people in and make them laugh. So you'll see the same personality that you see in my videos that happen in the car, because a lot of those ideas the Lord be dropping right in my lap in the car and, late at night or even while I'm sitting in church or wherever I might be. So I want to share some stories that draw people in and make them laugh. But I also want to support local creatives. So I have a friend who has a t-shirt business. She's an entrepreneur out here in these streets. And I have another friend who has written a children's book that's going to be coming out pretty soon. So I want people to know about that. And then I also want to build a community of people who will support my future creative works. Because y'all, I got so many ideas. I don't remember if I mentioned earlier that I'm working on an ebook that will be released in time for the show. So you'll be able to download that. It's a free ebook, don't worry. And I'm also working on some other things. So of course I said I'm a blogger. So if you go to www.charismajones.com, you'll find all types of things about my regular schmegular life. Look at this. This is circa 1992. But anyway, you'll find lots of details too about the show. Like you can also read some of my blog posts and things. But anyway, definitely check out some of those things so you can stay in the loop of what's happening and share it with your mama, your sister, your auntie, all of them, because I'm really, really excited about what the Lord is going to do. Because listen, we need to be pointing some people to Jesus, getting people inspired so that they come back to the Lord, all types of things. So invite your mama, your sister, your auntie, your daddy, your uncle, your brothers, nieces, nephews, all of them, because it's going to be a family-friendly show, as you know. And I'm looking forward to seeing y'all on October 22nd. So see you then. Details, if you're watching this on YouTube, details for how to register and all that will be in the description box. If you ain't watching on YouTube, I'm sure I have the details somewhere. So I'm looking forward to seeing y'all either live in the studio audience so I can see your face in the place, or on the live stream, but register so I know you're coming. All right? Okay.